with Health Fitness Corporation. This is actually the fourth in the series that we're doing for 2025 of ERGOFIT. I'd like to welcome you all. And today we're going to do some of our favorite stretches just sitting in the chair. I've had some feedback from folks that sometimes, you're in a crowded area, there's a lot of cubes around and you just really can't get up and stretch. So I want you to understand that all of these stretches, or many of them, can be done seated. So that's what we're going to do today. So we talked over the past few weeks that if the only thing that you can do is stand up and reach your hands up over your head and sit back down about every 40 minutes, that's really helpful. But know that sometimes that isn't possible. We're really hoping you are moving around more than that, but we can always just put our arms up over our heads sitting right at our desk. Nobody will be the wiser. You can stretch a little bit to each side. Pull on your wrists a little bit, get some nice stretch down through your arms and your lats. Take a couple of big, deep breaths. And I apologize, I finally was able to fix my headset problem. So hopefully you'll be able to hear better. And one more deep breath. So these are only 10 minutes. I'm asking you to kind of unplug for me. Give yourself that 10 minutes. Don't worry about who's pinging you on Teams and what you need to do. You've earned this 10 minutes. And just relax a little bit. We've talked a lot about keeping our shoulders down, so we're going to try to concentrate on that today. We're going to start with fingers and hands, one of my most favorite things to stretch because we just spend so much time typing and holding on to our mouse. So we're going to start with the finger outstretched. Let me get this over here, you can see a little better. So just stretch out the fingers as much as you can, as far as you can, and then into a tight ball. And I'm going to do both hands at one time to save a little bit. And you might want to do this 6 or 7 times. I'm really hoping that you find 1 or 2 of these hand stretches that you like and that really feel good. You can wiggle your fingers while you're out there, and that you continue to do these every day, just a couple times a day. The beautiful thing about the stretches that we're doing is most of these could be done in your car if you're sitting in traffic. They could be done if you're waiting to pick the kids up from a sports thing, in mass transit. We spend so much time clutching that this is a great way to just get some stretch through the fingers and the tendons. And then one of my other favorites, let me get this over where you guys can see it well, is taking each finger individually and touching it to your thumb one at a time. So again, just gets a little bend in the fingers, and it's just opposite of what we do all day long, especially if your right hand is your dominant hand and that's what you mouse with. I'm going to go through each hand a couple times. And again, just shake your hand out, and we're going to go over to the left. And if any of these stretches feel really good, you can do them more times. You can do them several times throughout the day. Be sure to check out the chat. There's some resources in there. Some of the slides we're flipping through for those of you who were able to join a little bit early. But there's a slide on your state US HP Ergo Program Manager. There's a resource slide where you can click to more of the Ergo related HP offerings. The next one we're going to do is the stretch for our wrist. So again, you want to make sure you're seated nice in your chair, and you can tilt your arm down to do this. You can bend at the elbow to do this, but what we want to do is use the palm of our hand and just very gently push down and getting a nice stretch up through the back of the wrist and into the forearm. So whatever way is kind of comfortable for you. Again, these are all very, very gentle stretches. They should never hurt. Don't do anything that hurts. And if you hold it for 20 or 30 seconds, if it really feels good, hold it longer. Also want to make sure everyone knows that next Wednesday at 1:30 Central Time is our first Ergo webinar of the year. It's called Breaking the Cycle, Understanding, Preventing, and Managing Repetitive Stress Injuries. So I hope you can join us. There's a UR code that you can scan with your phone to register. But that will also be recorded. And there's also a link here in the chat every week to the YouTube channel that has all of the past ERGOFIT classes on it. So if you want to go back and move over to the left hand, if you want to go back and review any of the past ERGOFITs, surely can do it there. And then there's also access to all the CubeFit classes. This one feels really good today. And these are some of the stretches that I just find myself doing often. And now we're going to do the exact opposite, and we're going to bend the hand up. The thing that's interesting with ergonomics is, we want to get people to understand that prevention is the best. Trying to help you get over something after you get injured is not quite as easy as preventing it in the first place, especially because repetitive stress injuries are really parts of the body that we use so much for everything we do for our daily living. And we're going to move over to the left. Just very, very gentle. This is a great stretch at the bottom of the wrist where your carpal tunnel is located. Now we're going to do some neck stretches over the ear, straight up over the other ear. And again, keep those shoulders down. Now we want to look up at the sky. You can twist over as far as you can to the right. And over to the left. And we want to circle down. And around again. The other stretch that you can do easily from your chair is you can use the back of your chair. Again, keeping your shoulders down, hold on to the back of the chair. You can do a really nice stretch through the chest, which really hits across the shoulders. Again, we have a tendency kind of round. Oh, that feels good. All right, so let me share my screen with you real quick. And here's our peg for today, which is our practical ergonomic guidance. We talked already about our chair. We talked about our desk last week. And now I just wanted to touch briefly on our monitor height. So take a look at this slide. It'll be posted in the chat. Your monitor height should promote neutral head and neck posture. So the first picture on the left, the gentleman is perfectly in line. His neck is neutral. His hips are neutral. His forearms are parallel to the floor. And then there's two examples of someone having to look up at their monitor. So they've got some rotation to their neck, which is really tough to do all day long. And then someone working on their laptop, which we really frown on. So over in the corner is an example of someone who has a laptop. So really, if you're working off a laptop in one screen, that laptop should be elevated to be the same height as your screen. So you're not looking down at the ground and up to the top. That's it for today. Thank you so much, guys. Be sure to tune in to the YouTube, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.